I talked to a person the other day who said that she had a conversation with her mom in her head all the time. And she said her mom talked to her all the time. And I kind of asked her a little bit about it. And she said, I asked her about her mom. And she said, well, my mom has passed away. And I was like, okay, then how does your mom talk to you all the time? She said, all of the things that my mom told me all of my life constantly play in my head on a constant, continuous loop, and I cannot stop it. Okay, so here's what I want to say to you today. It's your brain, and you can stop those thoughts. Sometimes you just don't know how, and sometimes you need a little bit of help to be able to tweak those thoughts and to be able to stop them, push the stop button, instead of having them on that continuous loop all in your head all of the time. Debbie was brokenhearted. Debbie's life had imploded on her. I have healed from a ton, so much of my life. But last year was a breaking point for me. And the happy Debbie that you see all the time, that I am most of the time now, right? I don't put on. I'm usually that positivity. I'm usually that good energy. I'm usually the good juju and the good jive, right? Because that's what I choose to be, and that's what I feel really down deep inside. But a year ago, that was not me at all. I'd moved almost 3 hours away from the place that I had lived for several years. My relationship was on the rocks. I did not want it to end. I was not happy in any area of my life. I didn't see any way out. I moved in with one of my kids. I didn't have my own space. And I got hired for a job that I accepted, where I left an amazing high school where I was loved and valued and really felt like I made a difference. And I went to a high school where the kids really needed me. But I was called all kinds of really bad names, and it was the hardest environment I've ever taught in my life. It was an alternative school. And while I felt like at the end of the year, I really made a difference in a lot of kids' lives, because that's one of my values. When I first started, I didn't at all. And I would remember the first couple of weeks I had that job, I'd go to my storage shed, and all of my stuff was in storage then. It was in a storage shed. I lived out of a suitcase for like 5 or 6 months. And I went to my storage shed and I just sat in my vehicle, because that was the only place then that I could really call my own. And I sat in my vehicle and I just cried and I sobbed. And that's how it was. But I made the decision not to stay there. And that's the first thing. You make the decision not to stay there. And you make the decision to do the work, to dig up all that shit, all that deep doo-doo that you've been dragging around all of your life that makes you feel that, ugh, you know what I'm talking about. And that anxiety that spreads across your chest that like takes your breath, and you don't know how in the world you're ever going to get rid of it. And it feels like the weight of the world is like 1,000 pounds on your chest. I get it. I've been there. Dear God, I've been there. But I chose not to stay there. And you can choose not to stay there too. In 6 months, in 3 months, heck, in 1 month, you can be in a totally different place than where you are right now. So DM me. Let's get a 30-minute conversation started. It's complimentary. We talk about what you really want and if I can really help you. I'm not one of those people that is so concerned about money that I sign on people no matter what. If I can't help you, then I'll either get you to somebody who can, or I will lovingly tell you, I cannot help you. But I want to focus on the I can help you. And it all starts with you taking a baby step to DM me, send me a message, and we'll get you scheduled. I love you. I appreciate you. You're so worthy of the amazing life that you deserve. Mwah.